True.
How did you get HIV? The same way as everybody else. A hungry man. Think of psych.
Yo! Can he say that? All right. We got the worst jobs in America. Offending everybody. I don't think there's anything else I can really say right now other than this. It's probably going to include McDonald's, maybe. Who knows? Let's just get to it.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, that's because I work the worst job in America called Mental Health Therapy Aide, or MAHATAs for short. MAHATAs work in psych wards and are basically babysitters for adults, feeding them, monitoring them, getting viciously attacked by them. Often a low pay of $35,000 a year. That's right, for an unlivable wage, you too can deal with the stress of, will I get assaulted today?
They get only paid. Wow, that's crazy. They get only paid $35,000 a year to deal with mental. Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't catch me doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
When I started the job, I had no idea what I was getting into. All they asked in the interview process was, are you okay with mandated overtime? In which they might as well have asked, how poor are you? Because who is okay with being forced to work? Hey, did you think you're about to go home? Well, not anymore. We're going to need to watch Billy. Be careful, he's off his meds and loves to bite. My first day on the job taught me what anxiety really is. It started by being dumped on the sex offenders unit and told to take roll call. Imagine all of a sudden being surrounded by 30 psychotic predators and having to talk to every single one of them. Not only that, but as I'm asking for people's names, all I'm doing is making enemies. Because 90% of psych patients are lazy, drugged up idiots who spend most of the day sleeping. And my white ass is just tapping them on the shoulder like, hey, what's your name? Go f yourself. Okay, I don't see yourself here. Is it Jerry? Is that your name? Jerry? But that fear eventually subsides, lulling you into a false sense of security. Now you're much easier to attack. You'll remember to be anxious next time a food trace thrown at your face. It's what you get for opening up a package of bread, sprinkling in rat poison, and putting the wrapper back on, thinking I wouldn't notice. So what's the training like to handle an aggressive patient? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, I'm not allowed to hit, tackle, or even bear hug him. No, it's too cruel. All I'm allowed to do is redirect. So if a patient is coming at me with a hammer, all I can do is redirect him away. Which sounds ridiculous, and it is! You think pressing the juke button is going to make a person forget what they were doing? Where did this hammer come from? And in what part of this do you get the weapon away from the patient? Is Billy now on construction duty? Oh, nails good. You see, what happened was, a few years back, people used...
I don't think that's how that works. You can't just be like, wait, go that way. Like, they can go that way, and then come right back and try and whack your ass. Like, what? That makes no sense at all.
To beat the heck out of patients, so they changed the laws in order to protect them. Problem is, they overcorrected, and now patients have too many rights. For example, let's say a patient punches you in the face and breaks your jaw. You know what happens to them? Nothing! No jail, no prison, no hooking up their nips to car batteries, nothing. And you can go ahead and press charges, but like Drake being told no, it's not going to change anything, because in order to convict evidence.
We're still on the Drake jokes with this guy. This guy is... He's not letting that go.
Provide any in fear of violating HIPAA. You think your pinata face would be enough proof, but sadly, it isn't. I learned this the hard way when a patient named Tommy chomped down on my arm. Anyway, well, maybe he was psychotic at the time. No! He knew exactly what he was doing. You see, Tommy is basically an internet troll. All day, every day, he spent trying to instigate people. He'll harass, stalk, and pet staff members, all with the biggest smile on his face. Anyway, one day, Tommy starts bothering another patient named Rick, and Rick is not the person you want to with. Rick has a long history of violence and has been arrested 37 times.
37 times? 37 times? For what? No. 37 times? Motherfucker, were you working with Al Capone? Were you in Gotham? What the actual hell?
7. Other after 20, they just say, look, you had your chance. Not only that, but Rick's fists don't discriminate. He's assaulted police, COs, nurses, so I don't think my pasty ass is off limits. Anyway, I keep separating Tommy and Rick.
Why did he...
Tommy, COs, nurses, so I don't think...
Why did he give himself up? Why did he toot himself up like that? What?
My pasty ass is off limits. Anyway, I keep separating Tommy and Rick, but Tommy just keeps coming back. Eventually, I get fed up, and I was like, look, Tommy, I'm not going to tell you again. Either go to your room, or I'm going to call the doctor to give you an injection. Tommy responds appropriately by spitting in my face. And this is where I effed up. You see, instead of manhandling Tommy like I wanted to, I decided to play by the rules and redirect him to the medication room. Problem was, once we got there, Tommy was free to drag me to the ground. And now it's a UFC match. Instinctively, I go for an armbar, but Tommy counters with a chomp to the forearm. Immediately, I hit him in the throat. He lets go, but not before taking a nice little chunk out of me. Eventually, I go to the hospital, where a thick nurse asks, what happened? Well, a hungry patient decided to have a little nibble. Maybe you should have fed him more. Or maybe I'm just a tasty treat. That's when I get a call from my supervisor telling me Tommy is HIV positive.
Oh!
Yeah, not only do I get stitches, but I also get that fear rattling around in my brain noodle. Oh, but at least I get a few days off.
And no one... Nah. Why? I don't know why. I had that feeling in my head. I'm like, he bit him. Went to the hospital. I'm like, damn, that'd be crazy if he had HIV. I don't know why I thought that. But it's crazy I did. That's crazy.
Off from work, sure,
How many-
but it's my own time. That's
That's
right.
a really common trope too. Like someone has blood, someone bleeds and gets like and their blood gets mixed in on another person or like someone bites them and it's just like, oh, apparently this person is HIV positive. Since when though? Because it would also be like a random character. Like what show was that? Waterloo Road? That happened. I forgot what episode it was, but it happened.
When you get injured, the hospital doesn't give you days off, so I had to use my own vacation time. Some people vacay in Hawaii while I sit home worrying about dying. So I returned to work a week later and talked to Tommy's parole officer, who piled on more bad news, saying that even with an injury requiring stitches, there was nothing he could do. So what do you think Tommy did once he found out there were no consequences? Did he guess level up his troll game? Yep, turns out giving an a-hole a get-out-of-jail-free card is like giving Drake a preteen, saying, I hope you don't abuse this. And this was one of many times I was injured at the psych center, not including all the psychological trauma. There was a stretch between February and November where I was...
Wait, this nigga said what? Hold on a minute. That just clicked in my mind. Again, what is... He's not letting up with the Drake bars.
Legitimately worried about my life, mostly due to a patient named Tyrone. Tyrone has the three most dangerous qualities of any human. He's dumb as rocks, paranoid, and freakishly strong. He barely even worked out either.
Is he actually black or did you...
Erase them.
Okay, so you can't say it's not racist. Doing black, it was... I get it. Maybe his name was Tyrone. Did not actually have to put him on a gorilla though. Like, legit, you could have drawn him. Maybe, I don't know. At least he didn't say monkey.
Freakishly strong. He barely even worked out either. He was just built like a gorilla. And it's not even a race thing. If anything, I was the slave in our relationship. Fetch me some water.
Wait, did he say yes, massa?
In a race thing. If anything, I was the slave in our relationship. Fetch me some water, boy. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. But even with walking on eggshells, Tyrone would still get furious with me. Mostly because, like I mentioned earlier, he's
Why do you... well, you know what? Call it generational revenge.
paranoid. If you just glance at this dude wrong, he'd think you're plotting against him. But luckily, most of the staff knew how to handle Tyrone, which was just to ignore him. Engaging with someone paranoid only fuels their delusion, so the simplest strat is to just ignore him. However, one staff member named Jamal apparently didn't get the memo and starts arguing with Tyrone. I'm trying to separate him when Jamal says, stop talking about something and do it. Now my anxiety is because if Tyrone starts swinging at Jamal, I'm the best option to get him off, and I'm not a good option. Be like a preteen trying to wrestle Drake.
Guy!
So cute,
Bro! Bro! What? Why does he keep going back to Drake? Oh my gosh. Bruh.
Jamal, come on, man. It's not
Holy
worth it.
crap.
But he just has to run his mouth again and say, I knew you were soft, soft, soft. And just like that, it's boss battle time. Tyrone grabs Jamal by the neck and just tosses him across the room, like he was playing frisbee with an infant, causing him to fly through the air before landing hard on the concrete. Then Tyrone starts charging towards Jamal when, out of pure desperation, I yell, Chipotle! Tyrone hesitates. Chipotle, Tyrone! I'll go out right now and get you Chipotle if you leave Jamal alone. And Tyrone goes, burrito. I'm like, yep, I'll get you a burrito right now, but you gotta chill, okay? Go to your room and I'll bring it to you. At this point, I can see the gears turning in his head. So with my heart pounding, he looked right at Tyrone and said, chicken burrito. Tyrone looks at me, nods, then heads back to his room. Staff quickly rush over to help out Jamal, who is clearly fucked up. There's no blood, but he's making this wheezing sound of... Turns out he suffered a sprained forearm, dislocated wrist, and a fractured hip.
Ah.
All from one frisbee toss. Needless to say, he never came back to work, which was probably for the
Makes
best,
sense.
considering he had a habit of instigating the zoo animals. So whatever happened
So it was your own dumbass fault. Nice job, dummy.
Tyrone, well, I got good news. He was arrested, charged, and later sentenced to 5 years in prison. I'm kidding. There were no consequences. If anything, Tyrone's bad behavior was rewarded with Chipotle. That's because psych wards aren't fair. There's nothing fair about getting anxiety, being nibbled on, or thrown across the room when you're just trying to pick up a paycheck. So anybody out there thinking about working in a psych center, don't. But if you're poor and have no other option, then just remember, if you can't appeal to someone's mind, then try appealing to their stomach.
True.
How did you get HIV? The same way as everybody else. A hungry man. Think of psych
Yo! Can he say that? Wait, can he say that?
Where the patients are the man and you're the woman. What's the worst job?
What?
Think of psych wards like the Middle East, where the patients are the man and you're the woman. What's the worst job in America? Is a coal miner, Uber driver, hand. I worked as a Mahada for 3 years, and I don't want to say it was hell, because there's a lot of cool people in hell. Prince, DMX, Kobe. There's no psych ward. Interesting, sure, but no one I take.
What?
Take a helicopter ride with. Positive.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Positive. Society looks at a drooling person and sees a problem. Well, I see a solution. We're all thinking the same.
Yo! No. No. Bro,
person be before tapping is illegal.
this man owes YouTube money at this
point. Out low fives to every grunting girl. So how dumb is too dumb? What if she thinks the earth is flat, or crystals have healing powers, or condoms feel just as good as raw dogging? At what point does her ignorance become a red flag instead of a green light? I asked this because there was a patient at the psych center named Stacy who was aesthetically banging, but mentally a Pop-Tart. Now, I didn't have the desire to pet her untrimmed kitty, but other patients did. Staff would repeatedly catch her playing the who's in my mouth game, which was such a nightmare, because patients porking will get you in trouble, but patients assaulting will get you fired. And whenever the IQ threshold for consent is, Stacy was right on the border. Sure, she could answer basic questions, but her brain came with a built-in buffer, like trying to play Elden Ring on a Chromebook. Anyway, Stacy was eventually transferred to an all-female unit, where it was clear no one wanted to taste her seafood. I didn't hear no. Positive?
Yo!
You know what you want to do? Oh, you want to push that subscribe button?
I didn't hear no is insane. That is, bro. That's insane, man. Well, that is the worst job in America by offending everybody, featuring 5 Drake jokes in one video. This 4 or 5. This man is not letting it go. He's not. But it's hilarious anyway, man. Like and subscribe, share video, come to the live streams, man, and most importantly, support the original video. And I will see y'all later. Have a good day.
Kick the body once just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's a red dead deputy. Full clip with the red dead weaponry. Go chopper still over there next to me. Bullets beats out of they hit him with force. Boys ride with no bitch in the back of it. Yeehaw from the burn, I'm smacking it. Put the weed slip on, I'm packing it. Red shot. Hit him all you see is a red dot.